Hi guys, welcome to another video. I love my time at Amsterdam and I can't wait to show you guys. So let's go. Welcome to Amsterdam, a city of canals, culture, and endless charm. From historic landmarks to hidden gems, I explored the best the city has to offer. The moment you step into Amsterdam, you notice something unique. Bikes. They are everywhere. In fact, there are more bicycles than people in the city. And the best way to get around? Either hop on a bike, explore on foot, take a water taxi, or do what I did. Do all of them. So let's explore on foot first and take in the charms of every street. Now, stepping out of Amsterdam Central, you are immediately surrounded by a stunning mix of history and modernity. Now, this area isn't just a transportation hub, it's the gateway to the city's rich architectural past and vibrant present. So let's walk around the city first and see what we can find. Now, ever since I've been here, all I've received is positive vibes about this city. To truly understand Amsterdam, all I can do is describe it, but to truly understand the city, you have to visit. You have to take in the charm and all the city has to offer. Tucked away in the heart of Amsterdam, the National Holocaust Names Monument stands as a powerful reminder of history, a place of memory, reflection, and remembrance. Unveiled in September 2021, this monument honors the 102,000 Jewish victims and 220 Sinti and Roma victims from the Netherlands who were murdered in the Holocaust. Each name inscribed on these walls represents a life, a person with dreams, a family, and a story. And what you're seeing there is the famous Frank family, and at the very bottom, Anne Frank, that passed away at 16 years of age. Now, unlike traditional war memorials, this is a personal space where people come to honor loved ones, reflect on history, and ensure that what happened is never erased from memory. Standing here, surrounded by names, you realize it's not just history, it's personal. It's a reminder that every name is a life that should never be forgotten. Now we are walking to the Rembrandt House Museum in Amsterdam, which was restored in the 17th century, where Rembrandt van Rijn lived and worked from 1639 to 1658. Now, this historic home provides a fascinating look into the life of one of the greatest painters of the Dutch Golden Age. Inside, you can explore Rembrandt's studio, where he created some of his most famous works, as well as his etching workshops, where he perfected the art of printmaking. And now we are headed to Anne Frank House, which is one of the most significant historical sites of World War II, preserving the hidden annex where Anne Frank and her family lived in hiding for over 2 years, between 1942 and 1944. And just wanted to let you guys know that you can't do a whole lot of filming here. Just you can only film the first room or 2 rooms, and after that you can't film anything further. So this is a must visit for every person coming to Amsterdam, and I cannot emphasize that enough. Another tip here is that always please try to book your tickets in advance, because it's always busy and it's always sold out. Now, the museum offers a deeply moving experience, guiding visitors through the secret annex where Annie, her family, and 4 others lived before they were discovered and deported to concentration camps. The rooms remain largely unfurnished, amplifying the sense of emptiness that was left behind. Now, I will stop filming here by the steps, and it's left to you guys to come and see the rest. And on a lighter note, now let's hop on some bikes, folks, and head out into the countryside. But first off, we need to get on that ferry and get to the other side before we can head out of the city. Now these ferries go back and forth every few minutes. So once you jump on, it doesn't take more than a few minutes to get across to the other side, and it's a nice little, peaceful ride. And we are off. So let's ride out a little bit, maybe about 15-20 minutes till we get out of the city and see what the Dutch countryside looks like. Look at this propeller, guys. This is from a British plane that crashed here on September 21st, 1941. And it actually has a list of names of the people that were on the plane. I'm not sure if they survived or not, but my guess is that they probably did not. And it's so peaceful here out in the country. Okay, let's keep moving. What do we got here? Okay, looks like they have a little soccer match going. The day we are actually cycling it's a Saturday, so folks are out and about and enjoying themselves. And oh, look at that! Nice looking horse there. Now we've stopped here by a traditional Dutch windmill. So we're going to go inside and meet the owner and kind of have a brief chat with him and see what life is like living in one of these windmills. And meet Marcelo, guys. He is the owner of this windmill, and let's kind of quickly see what he has to say.
Of course, we live in a windmill. It's our house. And this water level, that's that side, that's 3 meters under the sea. You come with your bicycles on the dike. Other side of the dike, 1.5 meter under the sea. This side is like a bath. The dike goes around far away behind the trees there, coming back on this side, so when it is raining.
These windmills are so beautiful and serve a big purpose.
Yeah, you can see the screw. Big screw because the brings are turning. Of course, the wheels are turning, and it brings the water up.
A lot of Amsterdam and the surrounding areas are located several feet below sea level. So what these windmills do is they take water from one side and then pump it over to the other side so that it prevents flooding from happening in the area. Now, Marcelo was explaining to us that this windmill has been in his family for several generations, and he's lived here pretty much most of his life. What he's doing now is pulling that lever using that rope, and that immediately stops the windmill from operating, and it's as simple as that. And then he has to pull it one more time, which requires a little more force, and pulls it in place, and then puts the rope around it, and within a minute or maybe 2 minutes, depending on how windy it is, the windmill starts right back up. And let's move on, folks, and look at those two beautiful black horses. Wow, fantastic. They look so majestic. And we are now stopped for a little break at the side of the highway. And if you look on the other side, there's also a bridge which has some train tracks going underneath, and there's usually quite a bit of traffic. And most of this traffic is either local trains or long distance trains coming to Amsterdam and the neighboring areas. We are now in a place called Zaanse Schans, which is located just about 15 kilometers north of Amsterdam. Now, Zaanse Schans is a picturesque open air museum village that brings the 17th and 18th centuries back to life. Now, this beautifully preserved area showcases working windmills, wooden houses, artisan workshops, and museums, and offering visitors an immersive experience of traditional Dutch culture. This particular windmill is called the Cat or the Cat, and it's the world's only remaining paint producing windmill still grinding raw materials for pigments. Now, I would highly recommend, if you're able to do so, to visit Zaanse Schans. It is beautiful and it looks so traditionally Dutch. And now we're going to a traditional shoe workshop, and they make these traditional Dutch clogs here. And they do have demonstrations and stuff inside. And look at these guys, it's stunning. Such a variety of different shoes, so many different patterns, so many different Dutch clogs here. And as we move through the workshops and the different stunning designs, look at this. This is a diamond studded shoe. It just looks so nice, so stunning. And this is where they make the shoes. They have various live demonstrations here every hour or every, I'm not sure, 45 minutes maybe. And they demonstrate how these shoes and the traditional Dutch clogs are made. Look at all these beautiful designs for these shoes. So many variety of designs. Now, this is also kind of like the gift shop area of the workshop. So I do have this habit of collecting fridge magnets. So let's see what can we can find for our different collection back home. These look nice. What do you think, guys? What should I get? All right, we finally got these three: a pair of shoes and two fridge magnets. And now let's move on. Now, Zaanse Schans is lined with authentic wood houses painted in the iconic green and white colors of the Zaan region. And many of these homes are now shops, museums, or craft workshops where visitors can explore, the traditional Dutch industries. And now to the question of how to get to Zaanse Schans. By train, it's about a 15-minute ride from Amsterdam to Zaanse Schans station, and then about a 10-minute walk. By bus, you take bus 391 from Amsterdam Central, which takes about 40 minutes, or it's a 1-hour scenic bike ride from Amsterdam. Or you can always drive here, and there is free parking available at the entrance. Close to Zaanse Schans, you'll find the city of Zaandam, and here you'll find the Intel Hotel of Zaandam, which is a quirky modern architectural masterpiece. The hotel's facade looks like a stack of traditional Dutch houses, and it makes it one of the most photographed buildings in the Netherlands. We are now back in the city, and look at that. That's the boat hotel, a botel. And we are now heading back on the ferry to Amsterdam Central Station, where we'll get off and then we'll return our bike. So I hope you guys like this segment of the tour. Now let's get on a boat and take a boat cruise. Amsterdam, just like Venice in Italy, is filled with canals that crisscross the city, and a good way to see the city is, of course, taking a boat cruise. And now we are on a boat. It's called as the Lovers Cruises, and we are jumped on, and these go every 15 to 20 minutes or so. And you can book on one of them. You can book online, or you can come here and book it right here at the station. All right, so we are off on a cruise, and that's the Amsterdam Central Station. And now you're looking at the famous Chinese restaurant on the water called as Sea Palace. It's a large floating restaurant located near the Amsterdam Central Station, and is designed in the style of a traditional Chinese pagoda. We are now coming up on the Nemo Science Museum, which was designed by architect Renzo Piano. The ship-shaped building rises above the eastern docklands and houses interactive science exhibits. And look at these, folks. These are like some similar to boathouses or houses that are on the water. You will see a lot of these along, some of the canals here. And that is the Dutch National Opera and Ballet, and it's located on the Amstel River. And this modern building houses both the Dutch National Opera and the Dutch National Ballet, making it one of the central hubs for performing arts in the Netherlands. And then coming up, we have the Waldorf Astoria Hotel. And here, the cheapest rooms are over $650 a night, and that does not include breakfast. Ouch. And then we have the Seven Bridges view, and from certain points along the Rugerglast, or I think that's how you pronounce it, you can see 7 arched bridges lined up, and it creates a picturesque and much photographed scene. That is the Westerkerk, or Western Church. It's adjacent to the Anne Frank House, and this 17th century Protestant church is known for its impressive tower, which is the tallest in Amsterdam, offering a panoramic city view. Now, after a few days here in Amsterdam, one thing is clear. This city is like no other. It's a place where history meets modern life, where art and culture thrive, and where every street has a story. Now, whether you're here for the canals, the museums, or just to soak in the atmosphere, Amsterdam will steal your heart. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this journey through Amsterdam. Let me know in the comments, folks, what's your favorite thing about this city? And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel and join me for more travel adventures. And I will see you all in the next one. Take care and bye-bye.